Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Porchot and I'm going to share with you my philosophy of education. But before I do that, I want to share a quick story from my high school experience. So when I was in high school, they placed me in trigonometry because I probably would not have survived in pre-calculus. And when I got to class, I realized that they placed me in a class full of students who, like me, were bad at math, but unlike me, didn't care about school whatsoever. But there was one boy who absolutely loved math. He was a brilliant student, and whenever he filled out the formulas, there was always a spark of wonder in his eyes. And when we were eating lunch one day, we became friends. I asked him, I said, what compels you to love math so much? What is it about math that drives you and gives you this thirst for knowledge? And he explained something that I'll never forget. He told me that he was a Hindu, and he believed that there was a spiritual energy between all objects. And when he studied math, it gave him an opportunity to study those relationships and understand those relationships with more clarity. Now that's something I never forgot, and I took that with me through high school and college. And when I arrived here at Alliant International University, I had this idea that students learn best when their teachers give them an opportunity to attach their values, the things that they find meaningful, to their learning. But with that being said, my teaching philosophy was in its infancy when I started at Alliant International. And it's through various learning dispositions and values of the university that I was able to develop this philosophy. So there's actually a name for this teaching philosophy. It's called the existentialist teaching philosophy. And I'll sum it up really quick. Basically it goes like this. So as teachers, imagine it's the first day. Students walk into the classroom, and on that first day, the teacher, we hold in our mind that students have absolutely no sense of meaning for the curriculum, no sense of meaning for the subject, and no sense of meaning for their life altogether. And I know that sounds bleak, but that's not where it ends. It's up to the teacher to allow a fertile learning environment for the students to grow and to attach and to develop meaning and values through their learning. And it's through these values that I was able to enhance that philosophy. So inclusion's a big one because students need to feel comfortable in an environment where they feel like developing and sharing those values has a lot to do with leadership, because as teachers, we are the captain of our ship and we're the pilot of our plane. And we need to set the example of how we can attach meaning and value to our curriculum, especially in a language arts environment, which is where I plan on going. Now, this philosophy of education mainly deals with the psychological and emotional drive that students have for learning. And I think there's more. So I'm also a big fan, I'm a big student of behaviorism. And behaviorism was coined by B.F. Skinner in the 20th century, basically implies that teachers pair positive learning functions with rewards. Now this has to do with accountability, because students cannot have their rewards unless they demonstrate positive learning functions. I believe that's a really good philosophy, and I also believe that engagement is a big part of this, because when teachers are engaging, students will want those rewards and students will want to demonstrate those positive learning functions. So that's my teaching philosophy in a nutshell, and that's how it developed here during my year at Alliant International. I extend my deepest gratitude to my professors and all of the folks that were involved in this journey. Have a sensational day, and I hope you learned something as well.